Pot noodles are a staple food for students, but are they actually getting the best deal? Find out on today's episode of Brand Wars! Okay, so this video is about... Oi, Squire! Tell them to subscribe! If you are new around here, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with all your friends and your families, your Auntie Doris. That'd be greatly appreciated. On with the video! The mission is clear. It is my duty to find ways to save money on our food shop by trying own brands and cheaper alternatives to beloved products, and then coming to a conclusion on which ones we should consider downshifting to. Today, my attention has been drawn to Pot Noodle. Today, my attention has been brought to Pot Noodle, and I swear, it feels like yesterday these things were £1, but they've gone up. That I'm seeing them for £1.20, in some cases £1.30. And this is not the king size, this is the normal size. You know, you might be lucky, you might find them for 90p if they're on a special offer. Or if you go to your local Poundland, maybe they're £1, I'm not too sure. However, I have found 4 alternatives, all under 70p. Should we go get them? Yeah? Alright, are you coming with me then? Are we going now? Are we going now? Okay, let's go, come on then. I'll tell you something. I wish going to the shop was as easy as that, and this took me ages to go. I had to travel here, there and everywhere. Starting off, we have the original Pot Noodle. This has 22% of our recommended calorie intake. That is a lot, actually, for a pot noodle. That's disgusting. Anyway, this was £1.20 in Asda. Next up is the snack noodles from Aldi. These are 69p and they have 21% of our recommended calorie intake. Still quite a lot, isn't it? If you look, they are quite similar in their styles. This used to look a lot more like pot noodles, but they've recently changed it. I wonder why. Maybe because it looked a little bit too close to pot noodle. I'm not too sure. Third on the list is Lidl's Newgate Speedy Noodles. These have 19% of our recommended calorie intake, and these again were 69p. These two packages feel a lot cheaper than the pot noodle package. Next is Tesco's own brand of the noodles. These are 18% of our recommended calorie intake, and they were 54p. Imagine that, 54p. If this is good, 2 of them for one price of a pot noodle. So, got high hopes. High hopes! Next on the list is Asda's Just Essentials Chicken and Mushroom Noodles. These have 16% of our recommended calorie intake, and they were, can you guess it? Can you guess? How much were these? 46p! Amazing! Just think, if they're good, think of, I wouldn't mind buying 3 of them then, over one pot noodle if they're good. What we're going to do for today's test is we're going to boil them all, because I can't really just do a blind taste test on these. I'm just going to have to eat them out of the pot, and I'll describe to you the tastes, and then we'll rate them. There's 5 noodles. We'll have 1 as the best, 5 as the worst, and we'll position them and see who is the winner at the end of today's episode. So here we are, I'm making the noodles, and there's one thing I've noticed. Both Aldi and Lidl have soy sauces, Asda and Tesco don't, so it's only Aldi and Lidl that are closest to normal pot noodles. We're going to let these sit for 4 minutes whilst they soak up all the water. My first impressions is obviously pot noodle looks the most like a pot noodle. Aldi looks the second most, so that's probably the one I'm feeling the most confident about at this moment. Okay, so food is now made. We're going to start off with the pot noodle because that's the control test. It's looking pretty good. As far as pot noodles go, you know, looks standard. Just have a look. You see, we've got sweet corn. We've got all bits of herbs. I'm not that big on cooking, so yeah, definitely smells like and tastes like how it should. So you got the chicken and mushroom flavour that you're used to. Good things about these, all of these in fact, they're all vegetarian, which is good for me. So there we are. I'm putting it into position number 1, and it's going to be hard for anything to top it. Let's see what we can do. Going up first against the pot noodle is Newgate's Speedy Noodle from Lidl, and oh my god. Where's the... oh. There's a horrible sound when I'm in there. It's... I mean, if it had to be a spice, it'd be flour, wouldn't it? That's... what is that? It doesn't look nice at all. There's one sweet corn, I think. Oh well. Do I have to put this in my mouth? Okay. Right. That, could it overtake the... I can't overtake the pot noodle. That's straight to dead last. That was diabolical. I can't say the words I want to say about this pot noodle I hear on this channel. And I'm so annoyed because that had soy sauce, whereas this one hasn't. So this should be, in theory, worse than that. Plus it was cheaper than that. So if that's, you know, yeah. Oh, there's still bits on here. Yeah, take some in. Oh, it's falling on the floor. I'll have to hoover now. Thanks, Speedy Noodle. Right, Tesco's is looking better. It's not looking great, but it's not as plain looking. Yeah, got a bit of noodle on there for you lot at home to have a look at. It smells the same as the one that I've just eaten from Lidl. Yeah. No. That's more plain than that. That had a really horrible aftertaste. So I'm putting that not dead last. I'd rather eat that over that. Yeah. Nothing's come close yet to the pot noodle, but stick with us because upcoming next we have snack noodles from Aldi. This is the one. This is the one I'm feeling the most confident about. The packaging looks similar to a pot noodle. It looked very similar from when we were looking down at it. It had the soy sauce packet. Could this be the one? Please be the one. And already, oh my goodness, the quality of the noodles, the amount of mushroom and sweet corn and herbs in there is looking fantastic. You know, oh, this looks brilliant. Aldi. Look, visually, Aldi, you've knocked it out the park. Look at that. Look how many noodles had come up on my fork then when we looked at the terrible pittance that came up on the previous two. Smells better than those two. Smells closer to a pot noodle. Alright, I'm feeling it. Oh my god. That's a pot noodle. Oh my. That is, oh, right. Taste test between them. Very subtle difference between them. However, I'm wagering that this has more flavour. It does. I'm sorry, pot noodle. Position 2. Aldi take the win. So, in first position we have Aldi, followed by Pot Noodle, then we have Tesco's, then we have Lidl. There's only one contender left. Will it knock Aldi off the top spot and knock Pot Noodle down to third place? Well, let's find out. Last contender of the day, Asda's Just Essential Chicken and Mushroom Noodles. These were the cheapest ones. These were 40 something pence, weren't they? And I can tell you now already, I don't think it's going to be that good. Yeah, still, it's a bland look again, just like the Lidl ones. There's not much, there's no sweet corn or anything. The water's looking very murky in a dirty water sort of way. But that's nothing to do with my kettle. Let's give it a go. It's just raw noodles. Where's the flavour? No, I'm going to move that to position 4. I'll move you up to position 3. There we are. As it stands, this is what you should do. If you want to save money on your noodles, go to Aldi and get snack noodles because they're very, very nice and tasty, very cheap. You can probably buy 2 and it'd be just about the same a price as it would be for a king-size pot noodle. Pot noodle, still great. Second place for me. Tesco's was if you wanted a noodle and not be able to taste it. That's if you want raw noodles, and that is if you want to torture yourself. Who on earth eats these? If you eat these, let me know in the comments, because I can't picture anyone actually eating these, but they're selling them. Who's eating speedy noodles? Who? Oh, I feel like I'm gonna need a stomach pump. That is the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you've got any brands that you'd like me to try the alternatives of, please let me know in the comments. I very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share it with your Auntie Doris. She really needs to see this video. She's going to save a ton of money by going for Aldi snack noodles, not speedy noodles. Don't tell your auntie to go for speedy noodles. Get out of here, speedy noodles. Bye.